Okay, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the quick connect sockets and quick connect plugs that are in your wash system. So we have three different sizes. We've got our 1/2 inch connections, our 3/8 connections, and our 1/4 inch. The 1/2 inch is typically only used with the soft wash system that you have. And then with the 3/8 and 1/4 inch, these are used mostly in the pressure washer system. The exception is you will have a similar fitting in stainless steel like this on your soft wash gun assembly. So we'll go over how to identify these pieces so that whenever you call in, if you have any questions or if you're emailing, we know exactly what you're talking about. So when we look at a fitting like this, this is the 1/2 inch quick connect socket. So we have a 1/2 inch socket, which is this part where the sleeve slides down, and then we have a 1/2 inch female thread on it. So that helps us identify 1/2 inch female socket. We know exactly what you need there. With this one, we call this a 1/2 inch male socket that has the male thread on it. All of our connections are going to be 1/2 inch on both sides, or 3/8 on both sides, or 1/4 inch on both sides. We don't stock any connections or have available in any of your parts where there's going to be a different size on this end versus this end. So it makes it easy to identify those parts. These ones are called quick connect plugs. This is a quick connect plug, 1/2 inch quick connect female plug is how we would identify it. It has a female thread and it has a plug end. And with this one, we have a 1/2 inch male plug, male thread, plug end. Okay, so next we're going to talk about the O-rings that come inside the sockets, and we'll show you how to replace those O-rings. So we have our 1/4 inch size, our 3/8, and our 1/2 inch. Sometimes these come in different colors, usually brown or black. Typically the black ones mean that they are a Viton O-ring and the brown ones mean they're a Buna. One's just a higher temp than the other. But for your application, any of those will work as long as they are a high pressure O-ring. So we'll go ahead and we'll take an O-ring pick. And these kind of come in all shapes and sizes. Just make sure that you have one that's narrow enough to at least change the O-ring in your 1/4 inch socket. So I will remove an O-ring out of the 3/8 ones because it'll be a little bit easier to see. So we have a perfectly good O-ring in there. So we'll take a perfectly good one out and then we'll pop it back in just to show you how it all works. So when you go in, you're just gonna take the tip of your O-ring pick and try and get, it's hard for me to see and have this in the camera, try and kind of get right underneath that O-ring to pull it out. Now, if you're trying to take a good one out, you're going to damage it. So we're gonna put a new one in here afterwards, but it comes out pretty easily. Sometimes whenever you're replacing an O-ring, it's typically either you're just doing general maintenance at the beginning of the year, you wanna make sure you have all fresh O-rings and everything, or it's leaking. And these things will leak like crazy whenever the O-ring starts to go bad or if it's just missing altogether. The more you disconnect and reconnect your sockets, the more often you'll go through O-rings. It just happens, it wears them out a little bit faster. So usually the ones where your nozzles connect will go quickest. That being said, when that O-ring comes out, it can be partially damaged, it could be half missing, it could be completely gone. If there's any kind of damage to it, just replace it. It'll save you in the long run because it's going to start leaking quickly. All right, so we'll take this new one, and what we do is we just kind of push it down in there. And then once we have it in, we're just going to use the O-ring pick to kind of push it down in place. There's a little bit of a seat about 3/4 of an inch down in there. And we'll push that down the rest of the way. Just kind of work it a little bit, and then there you go. It's all replaced in there. Just make sure that there's nothing sticking out or looks out of round at all. Whenever you put a fresh O-ring in there, it will be pretty tight the next time you're trying to connect the plug to this. So if it feels like it's difficult to push it together, just put a little extra force on there and get that thing to lock in and you'll be fine. So like this one in particular, since it's not connected, I can squeeze this and I can get the socket to slide right back over. So like I said, just the first couple of times, it'll be a little bit more difficult, but then after that, you'll be good to go. You can change these while everything is still connected. Sorry, I knocked all these over here. So if you have your wand assembly, you can just leave everything assembled on here, take the O-ring out and replace it. And same with your hoses. Just make sure your equipment's not on, or else it would clearly be spraying water and everything all over you. And if you have any additional questions or you're having any trouble getting those O-rings out, just give us a call and we can try and help you out with that.